Right.
Quality over quantity.
Quality over quantity. There's no point in having so many people and having just a few who are doing the work, but then they're doing it for everyone else.
And I'm here with the boy, the one and only Stavo. Leo is gonna give you the opportunity. No, Leo is gonna open doors for you. At the same time, it's gonna give you the courage to go through those doors.
And I need the experience.
Okay. Up close and personal, live and ready in 3, 2, 1, and ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Up Close and Personal. My name is Mbasiii, and I'm here with the boy, the one and only Stavo.
Steven.
I'm here with Steven,
Yes, sir.
the man himself,
The flesh.
the legend.
Well, yes.
He's a ghost. You'll never get this. You'll never get this guy. Literally. So what's up with you, man? How you been?
Good, man. I'm chilling.
It's been a long time. Hey, you know, you're like I said, we don't see you. You're a member of Flame Lily, but yeah.
You don't see me, but
You're never there,
that I'll
though.
be there.
Yeah.
Sometimes I need.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Just
So, I
in
mean,
fact, you know,
Tell us a little about yourself. Give us a little
So-
intro.
about myself.
Yeah.
You know, Steven, 21, joined Flame Lily in 2021. Yeah, straight after high school.
Straight after
yeah,
high school.
Straight after high school.
And where were you in high school?
Kutama College.
So you were in Leo back in high school, yeah?
Yes, I was a Leo in high school. Joined in 2020, right before COVID.
How was that? Okay, so you know this, of course. I mean, fun fact, Steve was my junior back in high school. I didn't know this.
Right.
He told me later on
right,
when
yeah,
I joined Flame Lily. But he was actually in Form 1 when I was in Form 4.
1, yeah.
How was that? Because Leo back in KC, bro, it was expensive. By expensive, I mean not anyone could just get
Not
in.
anyone.
Yeah.
It was quite like, it was more of a privilege, like an elite privilege, being in Leo.
Yeah.
Whereas as a junior, you know,
Especially as a junior.
As a
So when did you join?
I joined in Law 6.
Oh, in Law 6.
In Law
okay.
6. But I have a little background on Leo. It's
Okay.
just that, unfortunately, rather, I wasn't able to be in Leo during my O level. But then my sisters, both of them were Leos at Monte Casino, and both of them were presidents. So now you see where, you know, I'm coming from.
So can you say you've got like ties with Monte Casino?
Yeah,
Yeah?
we can make something happen.
We can make something happen, innit?
Make something happen.
Alright, cool. Shout out. All right. So you said you were treasurer back at KC.
Back at
during your-
KC,
yeah.
yes, I was treasurer from 2021 to 2022.
How was that? Handling money and all of that. I mean,
Whoa, man, it's a lot difficult than it might seem.
okay.
You
Do
know,
tell.
But
Tell me
then
more.
that's like, as a challenge for you to be a Leo, you need to be able to embrace those challenges and be able to overcome them. So you always have to find a way. That's being a leader, right?
So when it came to your position as treasurer,
Yeah.
what sort of challenges did you face?
Well, dealing with people.
Yeah.
Okay, let me say it, not in a bad way, but dealing with kids. You know, high school, most of them, they're young kids, you know, they don't really understand some things. Well, yes, they know that you need to get money for the club, but then they really don't know what's going on behind, how you're using that money. So for them, they might take it for granted. They might think that, well, you just want to use the money because by the virtue of you being seniors and being in the board. But then there are other things that you may or may not know about, but then, you know, it needs financing. It's a club, of course, it's a social club, but then there's a lot that goes around, you know, there's a lot of logistics into it. So you need the money to keep things going.
So
So yeah, that was the experience. So I would take this as a lesson from my post or my term as a treasurer. Those are the lessons that I took dealing with people. So like I said, they're not difficulties or bad things, they're challenges that you need to overcome. So yeah.
step over them and
You
stuff.
Step over and style.
That's what's
Step
up.
over
That's
and
what's
style,
up.
dog.
Tell us about your journey in Gweru. Journey by MSU and all of that. How's that? How's varsity?
Yeah. Varsity. So I'll be starting my second year this year. I'm studying logistics and supply chain management. So you know what's up.
Okay.
So yeah, Gweru has been eye-opening, but I can't lie. I miss Leo. You know, there are some times when you're in a social setting, then it resembles probably a event that you had, or you know, maybe a chill out that you had.
Yeah.
Then the same feelings, or you can't get. I'm not saying it's bad, but then it's natural. Sometimes being in another circle doesn't bring what another circle brings to you.
That's true.
You know.
That's
So
deep.
now you're in that situation where you're thinking about the people in your club. Okay, Mbasiii, Busi, shades of
If
energy.
Mbasiii was
you know,
here,
like,
if Busi was here.
shades of energy, and you know you have Bali. So it's good energy. We have our president Takunda. Is always, you know, not too serious, but then always coordinating. You know?
I mean,
and
he's the man with
you
the
miss
plan.
you miss that action, you miss that energy, you know. But yeah, so yes, grade was okay, grade was fine, and well, with Leo, you meet lifelong friends. So
That's
I've
true.
had people who have been helping me, you know,
Nah,
along
that's
the
what's
way.
up.
So
That's
now
what's up.
it's crazy like that.
It's crazy like that.
It's crazy like that.
Let's talk about on the issue of Gweru. Let's talk about representation, particularly
Representation.
you as a rep of Flow. Because I mean,
Rep of Flow, yeah.
clearly we're all over the place. We're in Blawayo too, through
Yeah.
Courtney.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
in Gweru through you.
Through me.
Right?
Yeah.
We're in Mutare through Maji. So we're everywhere, right?
We're everywhere,
so
yeah.
let's talk
By
about
the
that
virtue of
that
me
that
being
sort of
there.
representation actually.
All right.
How can we? Okay, from the way you're speaking, it sounds as if Leo in Gweru is not really that active. And I know MSU had a Leo club at some point. I don't remember when was the last time I heard of it.
Right.
That's actually quite concerning for me. Yeah. So let's talk about that actually. How can we help you or how can we come together as Flow to make Leo active in Gweru? I don't know, you know.
All right. So now coming together as Flow, each and everyone has their own responsibilities. That's right. Mm-hmm. And me, by being there, and of course, as you say, that the last time I've heard of a Leo club in Gweru being vibrant, it's, you know, it's been a minute. It's
been a while, yeah.
So yes, Flow, what I hope Flow to do would probably give in that support. I'm not saying it doesn't, but then yes, we do give it. You guys, you do put in the work. You know, you try to distribute out flyers, awareness campaigns, and all that. Mm-hmm. But now it all comes down to the person on the ground.
Okay.
And that's my mission. That's my challenge. Now we're trying to bring Flow out there to the world.
Okay.
You see,
okay.
It's not just going to be limiting it within our circles as Leo, but then the whole point of it is to show the world our service and our leadership, you know, and embrace or try to integrate it into it. So by me being an MSU, it gives me the responsibility to follow up on activities. Sometimes it's not always physical. Mm-hmm. We are embracing technology, embracing online, internet, you know. So that gives us the wider reach. So yeah, I think we should also incorporate other people, other parties into the club's activities, right? Not just Leos, but then there are other organizations out there, there are other groups out there that we share the same vision with. So by working with those, it will also widen our reach, and it will also, I hope, it would also, you know, bring that vibrance of Flame Lily out there. It's putting Flame Lily out there. Mm-hmm. So engagement with other parties, right? Then,
do you have any particular organizations in mind?
Well, I've been thinking about it. But as for now, I don't have a final list or final draft. Yeah, but then based on our activities of charity, based on our activities of having fun, based on our activities of, you know, this podcast, I think we should also find ways to engage other people in this kind of activities, you know, because I mean, it's a really cool idea. This is great.
Hey,
but
man,
then
we're trying to make it work.
We're trying to make it work. But also, we also have to understand that it's not always just about Flame Lily. It's about, not about the people in Flame Lily, but then it's about what's beyond it, our mission and our values. Those are the things that you're supposed to be dealing with. And, you know, you can never do it alone. You can't work in isolation.
That's what's up.
That's true. You can't work in isolation. So engagement with other people in those areas so that we make our club known. We make our mission known.
I agree with you there. Actually, on that same note, so it's common knowledge that Flame Lily is based in Region 2, right? Which is Harare. But we're distributed all over, thanks to our various members and their, you know, Gweru, Blawa, kind of bed bridge, you know, 101. You know, you'll never know.
Me being a big bitch, that's going with Flame Lily. Because Flame Lily is not just about the waistcoat. It's
so
about
now,
the heart, you know?
What I want to ask now, or what I want to poke out of you is, you said it yourself that you have a responsibility, right?
Yeah, it's my responsibility.
Live, on camera.
Come on, you all heard me.
To what extent did you play your part?
Well, I wouldn't want to lie. I haven't been putting much effort into it because, you know, like, you think that you're so drawn up into the world, you don't have time for those things. But then these are the things that build us. These are the things that build our mindsets, our characters, you know. So it's also just implementing it into your day-to-day basis. You know, you break down the tasks that you're supposed to do when it comes to Flame Lily. You know, because it's that important. It's a priority. I don't lie, it's a priority. It's a good vision. We're trying to bring it out there to the world. So with that being said, and me having that responsibility, it's just making more time and putting more effort into it, particularly with the different abilities that we have. You know, there's no shame in asking for help.
There's no shame in
that's the other thing. I think people get to a point where they get stuck, maybe working on a project. Okay, something as simple as distributing flyers, right? Then you're tasked to put it just on your status, but then you think you're too busy to do it. You think your status is just too private for you to put anything.
What about on the case of someone like me? I don't actually post anything on my status.
You don't actually post, but you create the content. Look, you're playing your part.
Jeez, you shut me up. You shut me up. Alright, cool. I get that.
You know, you're giving people that project to bring out there. So I think, like I was saying with my example, all it takes is just your few minutes or your few seconds rather to download the picture, download the flyer, distribute it to circles that are appropriate for what you're doing, distribute it on your status. It's an identity. Flame Lily is an identity. It's not just a club. It's something that you identify yourself with.
On that note, on that identity note, so you're talking about how we have to get people to, you know, play their part, basically. Yeah. Right. That's my point. So with this whole Flame Lily Leo association thing, right? Yeah. Obviously, for somebody to do something or for someone to do something wholeheartedly, it has to be something they believe in.
Something they believe in.
So a lot of people in this program, I think they're quite flimsy with their beliefs when it comes to Leo. But I think that's because of their experiences. So my question to you is, how do you think we can, I don't want to say convince people, but like, how can we get people to actually start participating more and, you know, be actively involved in these projects? Or, you know, it could be through coming through or posting on their status, or I don't know, telling a friend, one way or the other, you know. But how do we get them to actually say, I want to be part of this?
Right.
Is it the innovation? Is it the who is participating? Is it where?
Okay, there are two sides to this.
Okay.
Right. I'm gonna start with the first one. Okay, let's put it in this way: quantity over quality.
Quantity over quality.
No. Quality
over quantity.
Rather,
thank you.
Quality over quantity.
Right. Quality over quantity.
Quality over quantity. There's no point in having so many people and having just a few who are doing the work, but then they're doing it for everyone else. By virtue of you having a large attendance, not attendance now, but a large register with a lot of people, right? And then you're trying to push a project with having those numbers in mind. You're calculating that from so many people registered in the club, we're supposed to raise so much and so much money so that we do this, right? of course, you might have a good idea, a splendid idea, but then if those people don't identify themselves somehow with the club, we're gonna have a problem. So it's just a matter of identifying or helping people identify themselves within the club. Like I was saying that people putting in the work, you do your part based on what you're good at and based on what you love. You're gonna keep on doing it because you're doing what you love. You never work a single day if you do what you love, right? So yeah, it's making people identify themselves within the club or with the club, but then at the same time, it should be common. Having so many ideas could mess up the bigger goal, the big idea, because you're not trying to focus on so much. So many ideas, so many contribute. I'm not saying it's bad to have ideas, but then that's the whole point of brainstorming, so that we narrow down. But then in this case, there's no time for brainstorming because you're the people who are supposed to be brainstorming. If you're not going to be putting your effort, if you're not going to be showing up for meetings or if you're not going to be showing up for meetings or playing your part, but you still identify yourself as Flame Lady, what are you trying to prove? So I won't lie, I've been like, I have been like that. But then I got to a point where I really thought about it and I'm like, okay, what is Flame Lady to me? Then that's when I started realizing the things that I was missing, because maybe I was too stressed or thinking about or worrying about something that I shouldn't be worried about, But then that's when you realize that you've been missing the small things. So with that being said, personally, I came up with a resolution: be more involved. Look, it's a situation where I learn in Gweru and the club is based in Harare. I can't be at all the meetings, but then whatever effort that I can put or whatever effort that's expected of me, whatever responsibility that's expected of me, I'm supposed to do it to the best of my abilities. That's the effort we're talking about. I'm identifying myself with the club that way because I know what I'm getting from it. It's not that I'm just doing for the sake of pleasing people or what. I'm doing it for myself as well as the people around, Because you never know. Some people might enjoy having you around, you see. So you need to also think about those people. And,
did you hear there was a reaction from the audience?
There's a reaction from the audience, but whatever you think, it's okay.
Shout out to the audience.
It's all love. It's all love. I promise you this year it's going to be different.
All right.
So yeah, back to what I was saying.
On that note, that note, since we're talking about, you acknowledge the fact that for a while, because of distance, because of difference in cities, you haven't been really playing your part to the T, right? Yeah. So now I want to ask, do you have like a bucket list for your Leo journey? For like, okay, maybe I want to tackle so-and-so project. Maybe I want to be LDP in 2030, You never know. What's your bucket list looking like?
Okay, let's put it this way. My vision board. Through Leo, So, first things first. What starts first, I believe in starting with the small things. It would eventually compound to, bigger things. So, my first thing on the list is being more involved, being up to date with the information that's being disseminated around.
Being up to date with your subs.
Yeah, being up to date with your subs. Because, being up to date with your subs, interacting, those socials, you get to know people. You won't be so awkward when you go to those formal events. You know who to talk to, your friends. You not meet them just then. There's a process that goes through, like it's a gradual process. Interaction with people. Then what's next? Like I said, being more involved, making friends. More friends. I do have friends in there, but I'm making more friends, building more connections. Then, of course, I would also want to lead the club as a president. I haven't set the date yet, but I'm telling you, when I'm coming with the heat. I'm coming with the heat.
The audience loves what you said.
Don't be surprised.
The audience is in love with you.
So yes. On that note, I was thinking, okay, you can't lead if you don't know what you're dealing with. I might want to be the president next year and be the president, but then there's not going to be any change because, I am not yet competent to the level that I want to based on the achievements I want to attain as the president of the club.
Tell me one thing that's on your bucket list as president. Like, let's say we made you president tomorrow. Steve Stavo, president of Leo Mbasiii. What are you gonna do?
We're going international.
If you ain't heard it, you ain't heard it. If you ain't heard it, you ain't heard it.
We're going
If you ain't heard it, we're going international, baby.
We're going international. So what I'm saying is, man, I like traveling, and I have had that opportunity to travel, and I realized how much it's good for me, you know. Then, you know, as Flame Lily, it gives us that opportunity, but then it's just, I don't know, people don't seem to take that opportunity.
Is it that we don't take the opportunity, or it's not that out there, you know? Because I mean, it's there, but it's not there.
It's there, it's not there, but then, you know, okay. Let me ask you a personal question.
For sure.
Why haven't you been to Chicago?
I don't have the money yet.
Doesn't Leo offer, you know, those grants?
Shit, you're right. But not for traveling.
Not for traveling. Okay, not like that. Not like that. But then Leo eventually give you the opportunity of going to Chicago. But then it's just up to you. It depends on the kind of work you're doing. You can come up with the idea, like, guys, let's raise money for the whole club to go to Chicago for the meeting. What do we do? You know, then that's when you start planning from there. So that's what I mean by we're going international. We're gonna try to take all the opportunities we can to travel, because it's good for you, broadens your mind. People enjoy. People enjoy. So people create bonds, you know. So that's the plan. Of course, I'm still working on it, but that's the defined plan.
What I heard from what Steve just said is, if you really want something to work, you'll find a way to make a plan.
Precisely.
And it'll work. If you want to go to Chicago, you will go. Whether you're broke or not, you will go.
Yeah.
Shout out to the boy, man. Shout out to the boy. One last thing before we close off. Yeah, man. So you said eventually you're gonna be Flame Lily president, you know, all of that.
Yeah.
Obviously the Omega journey is quite different from the Alpha journey.
It is,
right?
it is.
Completely. How do you see it influencing your life? How do you see Leo being directly influential in your life as we progress?
Yeah.
Like not what you do, more Leo. No, I mean outside.
Like outside. How, you know, I get it. So Leo, based on the definition, leadership, experience, opportunities, those are like 3 parts of life that you also need to think, not just as Leo, but as yourself. Because leadership, but from what I understand, leadership is creating something new. You're leading your life. You're not creating your life in a certain way, but then you're creating certain experiences within your life. So it's more about just trying to make a system that brings Leo and yourself values together, you know. So like how I've been saying that it's still a process. I'm trying to figure myself out, you know, and it's going well. But that's the basis of it, and that's what I'm working on. So it's all up to you to just keep on being tuned on and see how it goes.
So my interpretation of that is Leo is gonna give you the opportunity. No, Leo is gonna open doors for you. At the same time, it's gonna give you the courage to go through those doors.
And I need the experience. I need the experience. I'm building the experience. Ladies and gentlemen.
Anyway, that's it for today. That's it for this episode. Catch you guys on the next one.